Good morning, everybody. This is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. I thank you so much for stopping by. And as always, I send you love. I had a video that I was going to previously post, but I think it's important to post what I am doing today as a result of how I am taking things in and what is on the cusp of becoming. So we are in this eclipse season, and this is kind of the birthing portal where we truly become. Many of us are going to activate our light body to the point of activating our Merkaba, or combining our, how do you say it, Merkabah field, however you pronounce that, excuse me, our energetic field of light, our chariot. So that's exactly what I experienced last night, was my chariot. I was seeing my chariot, and I was witnessing the rotation of my chariot. Now, mind you, what I am going through, many others are going through it as well, which is why I share my story. This is our transportation vehicle that takes us to higher dimensions, heavens, what have you, and connect with higher light. Also, it is the vehicle that allows us to manifest within this reality. I received a lot of things last night. It was an intense receiving evening, and I was also in a state of anxiety. Not anxiety of, I'm not even going to say anxious. I guess it is, I don't know, worrying, fear, all of it, I guess. Not to the point that my body was reacting to it. It was my mind. Now, when we receive our Merkaba, it is because we have been the warrior who stands within it, who carries their staff and the sword, who has defeated the ego. Now, that's also what I witnessed last night. Personally, myself, I had a battle between the mind and a battle between the heart. Over and over again last night, it was just continuous, with the same screenplay, kind of going over. Every time I would wake up, if I was receiving information, I was quickly right back to this idea that I had in my mind that I was kind of creating, and I couldn't shake it instantly. It took me calming myself down. I had to truly speak to myself from my heart that I cannot control this situation. It is not within my right to attempt to heal others. People must be receptive, and people must learn their own lessons. You know, it was such a huge fight for me last night. Even up until this morning, my ego was still trying to feed me this. And But I ended up receiving the vision of the soldier. And it was of a man character, because the man is more, can be more powerful in strength, in his structure, his masculinity, you know, to fight the war. Throwing his sword and using his staff to defend. And he was standing above what he was fighting, in the form of overcoming and overpowering what was taking place. And so also I received a boarding area, a transportation area, a kind of like a shuttle area where people are moving from place to place. And this, of course, is about the Merkaba. So we are at this eclipse season here where things are going to be boiling. Because we will have the, even though the moon is a water element and will, of course, work with the emotions within, but because of the way that it's being illuminated with that full moon, it is still kind of representing a fire, a light, a spark within us. So everything that is laying dormant, of course, is going to become, may shift into our reality, creating a fire, kind of. And depending on your perception of what's taking place, the fire could be the fire that is in form of anger, or the fire of passion, purpose, and love. And then we'll have the eclipse fire, which is really powerful, really amplifying. We're going to experience a lot of symptoms here. Almost like that pressure build up, boiling, because you have fire upon fire, or heat upon an illuminated moon, and the water is going to boil to the point where the crown is going to feel like it's going to burst. And you may have the Kundalini, the life force energy, burst out during this time. The pressure is building for us to really make the right choices. So that's what I'm going to, I just wanted to make it quick here about it. And my chariot was golden, and it rotated in the counterclockwise position. And so I am also picking up on different languages, because as I am moving upward at this level, we're accessing different areas. We're able to hear better, connect further. I am hearing different tones of languages that it's a different type that I've never have heard before. I have heard others speak in light language, and it doesn't seem to be that one, of ones that I have been listening to through YouTube. So I am unfamiliar with it. I am tapping into more of the loving emotion. And now this, of course, pertains to your Merkaba. The Merkaba is pure light and pure love. It means that you are tapping into those higher frequencies, higher dimensions, higher light, and you are connected now with your true self, your true spirit in light, and which is that beacon of love. So you're tapping into 5D, but of course your you're tapping into the 5th dimension of what the Earth frequency here, but you're tapping into higher dimensions of even further than that. So I hope that you are familiar with how it kind of works, because even though we live, Earth is moving from 3D to 3D to 5D, excuse me. We are still, via the Merkaba, tapping into as high as 12 and above dimensions. How far you go is pertaining to your heart. So keep in mind, we're not only going to be affected physically kind of here this time. You may have a period of intense peace and bliss. My day yesterday was tremendously peaceful. And today I am still within that same mode. But I am, my crown is expanding and feels a little more pressure there. I had, my airways were opening a little further last night, and the releasing of more mucus. That has been my, the theme for myself here, especially I think the last month, maybe, give or take, maybe 2 months of really purging the upper portion of our vehicle, because this is of course associated with higher consciousness from the heart up, deals with higher consciousness. Be mindful of experiences coming into your life. You know, this is a time where our faith is going to be tested, if you want to call it that. You're going to be given more opportunities to prove that you are within the frequency of love, and worthy of your own Merkaba. You may have physical symptoms associated with it. And I don't like to really go into too much detail about that, because, you know, and it only, if you are in that negative mindset still, and negative emotions, then you're going to take in, oh gosh, I'm going to have sinus problems, I'm going to have headaches, I'm going to have physical pain, and it's not going to be beneficial to you. So I kind of try to keep it out. You know how this process is. When there are changes, and there always are, there's going to be a side effect. The side effect is proof that you are tapping into the energy. And if you are tapping into the energy, it means that you are able to upgrade. And your faith keeps you moving forward. Love helps you ascend. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.